Yo, what's up, y'all? Welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you grew up as one of Jehovah's Witnesses, you know exactly what it's like not to have hope, not to have a happy future, or to think that you'll never be able to enjoy a life filled with happiness. And I'm here to tell you that is not true. You deserve to live a life that you love. I'm gonna do this without the glasses. Don't look at the lashes, okay? Don't look at the makeup. Listen, I just did this in like 2 minutes. Girl, please do not. Okay. You only got one life to live, and you deserve to live it to the very fullest, child.
Hey angels, I just wanted to do a quick disclaimer before we continue. Please know that everything I say today is out of love. It's out of love. Please don't take my bluntness to be mean or inconsiderate, because that's definitely not my intentions. This video is especially helpful for those who have controlling, abusive JW parents, but I want it to be known that not all Jehovah's Witness parents are like this. I have no problems with most normal Jehovah's Witnesses. In fact, a lot of them are very kind people. However, a lot of them are not, and that's because of the brainwash, and the teens and the children suffer as a result. This video is not an attack, and I'm not trying to attack or hate on anybody. I always want to spread love, but I also want to spread awareness. I want you guys to acknowledge when something is not okay and give yourself permission to make a change for better. I want to encourage you guys to still show gratitude and deep respect for your parents, even when things may be difficult. In no way am I saying they don't love you. Your parents love you so much, and in their hearts they honestly think that raising you in this religion is what's best for you. They only want what's best for you, most of them, but they're suffering under this brainwash and they don't even realize it. They've made sacrifices. They're hurting too, and they don't know any better. Think about how they grew up, what they went through, what trauma they went through. Always give them grace. They're just doing the very best they can with what they know. So please give them grace, while at the same time do what's best for you. Always respect your parents and move with grace and peace. Everyone's situation is different, and I'm not telling you what to do. Your relationship with your parents is personal and between you guys, and it's up to you to decide what's the best, safest decision to make. Once you're no longer a minor, you're legally of age to start making decisions for you without their control. Have the courage to do what's best for you. It's up to you to decide what's the best, safest decision to make. This is between you and your parents. You know them the best. You know your situation the best. Let them see you thrive. Your example may help them wake up in the future. You never know. So please keep that hope and keep that love. Move with love, and you'll leave with love.
Being forced by your parents to live a very depressing JW life is only temporary, and there is a way out. It's not your end game. It's simply an opportunity for you to grow stronger, have a new beginning, and start a new beautiful journey. I know it may not seem like it now, but life is all about perspective. Before you can see change in your reality, you need to first see it in your mind. Let me ask you this. If you were never forced to be a Jehovah's Witness, and you could do anything that you wanted to do in this life, who would you be? What would you do? Where would you live? What is your biggest and wildest dreams? Have you even thought about it? You have to allow yourself to not only dream, but believe Steve, that it's possible for you to accomplish the goals in your life. We've been conditioned to believe that the only way you can be truly happy is if you're in the organization and you follow every single command that they give. Like you a dog. Sit, stay, come back, go eat, go sit down, go lie down. No, you are not a dog and you are not a slave. You are a human being. You can do whatever it is you want to do in this life, and you can be whoever it is you want to be in this life without anyone's permission or control over you. You are in control of your life and the decisions that you make at all times. But you have to first believe you can and work towards it. Everyone has a special path just for them. You have to look within yourself to find out what it is you want to do with your life. You have to decide what it is will bring you true inner peace and happiness. It's gonna take you trying out different things, but you have to do something. You can't continue complaining without working to change your situation. Just because this has been your life for the past 16, 17, 20, 21 years does not mean that this has to be your life forever. You're not stuck. No one is holding a gun to your head. You have the power to do what it is you want to do. You can change. Yes, you can. The only person person in your way is you. It's not your parents. It's not the cult that you're forced to be in. It's not your unsupportive family and friends. Trust me, I felt this way too. I used to think like, oh no, there's no way I can get out. My parents don't support me. I need to stay as a witness forever. I'm financially dependent on them. Get out, do something, figure out a way. Stop blaming others and start taking accountability for your life. I'm not saying that being in this religion was your fault, because it definitely wasn't. You didn't have a choice at the time. But now you're at an age where you can make decisions for yourself. And it's your job to start adulting and do what's best for you. Because no one else is gonna do that for you, sweetie. Stop waiting for an approval from your parents that you're never going to get. You're playing yourself.
You are playing yourself.
There's truly no validation or approval that will satisfy you and fulfill you like your own self-validation and self-approval. Once you start to put yourself first and do what's right for you, you will attain true peace and happiness. But you have to take that first step. Where there's a will, there's a way. Out of nothing, out of no way, a way can be made. I'm not saying there won't be challenges and roadblocks, because trust, there will. But that's expected. That's life. It's like driving on the road and expecting there to be always green lights. There's gonna be stop signs. Yeah, there's gonna be annoying ass slow drivers, but it's expected. You're gonna get to your destination eventually, but you gotta get on the road and drive there. Things aren't just handed to you. It's not gonna fall perfectly on your lap like, oh, you wish to move out, so here you go. No, you have to put the work in. And when challenges come your way, don't be afraid. Face it head on. Tell yourself that no matter what comes up, no matter what anybody says, you're going to do what you set out to do, period. Once you make your decision, stand on it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. It doesn't matter how long it's going to take. The time is going to pass by regardless. Regardless if you stay in your bed and sulk and cry all day, or if you actually get up and do something about it, the same exact amount of time is going to pass. So be committed to your outcome. Nothing else matters. Do you want to move out? Yes? Okay, then that's all that matters. It doesn't matter how long it will take. It doesn't matter how you're gonna do it. You just need to commit to your outcome, commit to your future, commit to your results. Be committed to your everyday life. Be committed to your actions. If you're committed to it, it doesn't matter what happens along the way. You're gonna get there. Don't care about how long it takes. Don't care about the negativity you'll face. Don't care about what your parents are saying or your family or your JW-ish friends. Don't care about the people who don't support you.
Care about the work.
Care about the work that it's gonna take to get there. Focus on the work, because if you focus on the work, that's how you're going to know exactly how your future is gonna play out, because you're doing what you need to do now to get you to a better future. If you stay in your toxic JW environment, you're always gonna be surrounded by JW negativity. You literally become your surroundings. You cannot heal in the same environment that got you sick. JW parents are trained to keep their kids with them for as long as possible. They're trained to have their kids depend on them for everything. Majority of those parents, they're not gonna help you try to seek independence. Hell no. They don't want you to be away from them. They're not going to help you achieve the goals of true freedom away from the organization. In fact, a lot of those JW parents, they encourage their kids not to move out, not to be independent. So it's up to you to decide what's best for you and to work towards it no matter who doesn't support you or agree with you. Stop allowing your family's lack of approval and support stop you from doing what's best for you. If those around you aren't rooting for your success, for your peace, for your happiness, then you need to start reevaluating the people that you choose to keep around you. It is a choice. You either choose to stay or you choose to leave. Everything is a choice. You choose to do nothing, that's a choice. You choose to do something, that's a choice. They say you are who you hang out with, boo. And little by little, the projections that your parents put onto you, it's going to hit you. And you're gonna be getting that negative self-talk. It's gonna turn into self-doubt, and you're gonna start doubting yourself because all you hear is their negative ass voices. It's up to you to make the hard decision to be selfish with your time and energy. You have to stop being afraid of being uncomfortable and being put in uncomfortable situations. You will never grow if you stay comfortable. Recreating your whole life, changing your whole reality is not easy. Stop expecting it to be. It's going to be challenging. It's going to be uncomfortable. But you can't skip the uncomfortable part. You can't cheat your way through it. You're always going to end up at that same place, at that same stop sign, wondering why you can't just move forward, why you can't see change in your life, life, why you can't be happy, why you're still so miserable, why no one supports you, why you can't find friends that understand you, that truly love you unconditionally. And it's because you're not making the uncomfortable decisions to move forward in your life. And that's a decision only you can make. I recommend you make a pros and a cons list. This is the best thing to do. I do it with every single decision I need to make, a pros and a cons list, so you can really see for yourself what are the pros and what are the cons. List out the pros of moving out, or whatever it is you want to do in your life. List out the pros and list out the cons. For example, cons: staying at home, miserable, hearing negativity 24/7, depressed, anxious, doing nothing to change your life, unhappy. Pros: you get to have peace, freedom, you meet friends that you truly love, you're happy, you get to do what you love, you get to make money, you get to not feel guilty, you get to heal your mental health. That's just a few. That's just scratching the surface. So truly write out the pros and the cons. See which one outweighs what. See for yourself what's the best decision to make. Don't just go with my word. Actually see it for yourself. Just because your family may be disappointed in you, they may not approve in what you do, they may not support you, they may shun you for not serving the organization. Just because they do all of that because you're doing what's best for you does not mean you're making the wrong decision. If any of your family or friends, parents, siblings, aunts, uncles, grandmas, grandpas, I don't care who, if they decide to shun you because you're doing what makes you happy, you're not hurting nobody, you're not hurting yourself, you're doing what's best for you, then you need to reevaluate your place in their life and their place in your life. You need to reevaluate what unconditional love means to you and what your boundaries and standards are. For family, friends, anybody, you need to reevaluate what it is you will accept and tolerate and what it is you won't, because I'm gonna do me. I'm gonna get the life that I want. I don't care who's against me. I'm gonna get the life I want. Their reaction to that is just a projection. Your family doesn't always know everything. Your parents, as much as they love you, they don't always know what's best for you. No one knows what's best for you besides you. Only you truly know yourself, your heart, your feelings, your body, your mind, your soul, your spirit. You are the only person who truly knows what's best for you. No one can feel your pain for you, and no one can feel your happiness for you. So if you are hurting, if you're in pain, ain't no one is gonna feel that pain but you. No one knows your vision. No one knows your future, nor can they decide it for you. You're gonna have to put your big boy or big girl pants on and stop being so afraid to disappoint your parents, to not please your parents. It's your turn to do what's best for you, because regardless if you do exactly what they say down to a T, you will never truly please them. It will never be enough for them. They will always need more and more and more. You will be left feeling empty and unfulfilled. And at the end of the day, it will still never be enough for them. The only person that can fulfill you is you. The only person that can truly fulfill your parents and please your parents is your parents. Everyone is responsible for their own happiness. If your parents rely on the decisions you make to make them pleased and happy, it's toxic. That is toxicity. Your parents don't live vicariously through you. You are not your parents' property. Your parents don't own you. You own yourself. You make decisions for you. You're not responsible for your parents' peace or happiness. They made their decision to live the life they want. They want to be Jehovah's Witnesses. Fine. Do what makes you happy. But now it's your turn to make the decisions you want. Make decisions that support the life that you want. If you constantly depend on your JW parents for support and approval, and you rely on them to tell you exactly what to do, when to do it, oh, should I do this? Should I do that? You will never truly grow or truly be happy. You'll always be a slave to the organization. Do you want to live a happy life you love that you created for yourself? Or do you want to be a slave to the organization just to please your parents and have their approval and validation? How much is their approval and validation really worth? What do you get in the end? Yeah, cool. You made your parents happy, but what about you? Why should their happiness be at the expense of your happiness? That's a question you seriously need to ask yourself. Are you going to sacrifice your happiness for people that don't even care about your happiness? Didn't even ask. It's not even a thought to them. Yet you out here stressing about every single thing about them, but they ain't stressing about you. They ain't stressing about your happiness. They ain't stressing about your peace. Their definition of happiness is Jehovah's Witnesses and the organization and going to Bethel, being a pioneer, commenting, all that. Blase. That's their definition of happiness. And girl, we know that don't make us happy. Hell no. Your happiness is not aligned with their happiness. No one can define your happiness for you. Only you can. Has your parents even asked you what makes you happy? Or what would make you happy or bring you peace? Have they even asked you if you want to be in this religion? Have they ever given you a choice? Have they ever even allowed you to make decisions to make you happy? No? then why should you continue to allow them to control you when they're truly not concerned about your happiness? Oh, but Jay, they provided for me, they fed me, they gave me shelter, they did all of this for me. Girl, that's their job. You didn't ask to be born. That is the job of a parent, to take care of their child, to care about their growth, their happiness, and their success. That should be their only priority. You're gonna have to sacrifice. You have to sacrifice to get the life that you want. You have to sacrifice the life you have now to get the life that you want. And that's not easy. You literally have to grieve who you are right now to become who you want to be, to become the best version of yourself, to become the highest version of yourself. Really take some time to think about it. Journal about it. If you still believe in God, pray about it. Do what's best for you. Do what feels right to you. Write down that pros and cons list for real. It's really gonna help you. Doing what's best for you and what's needed shows that you love and respect yourself enough to go after the life you want and deserve. At some point in your life, you're going to make decisions that your parents don't approve of. That is going to happen at some point. You're going to disappoint them, and that is okay. Just like they make decisions and they make choices that you may not approve of, that you may not agree with, you may be disappointed in. It's the same thing. It doesn't make you a bad person. It makes you somebody who's not afraid to stand up for themselves, who has deep self-respect, deep self-love, deep self-worth, someone who sets standards and boundaries in their life, someone who's not afraid to lose anybody because they're not losing themselves for nobody. As long as you're not hurting yourself and you're not hurting others, it's okay. And yes, your parents are going to be hurt. They will, but you're not the one hurting them. But Jay, if I make this decision, they're gonna be so sad and You're not the one hurting them. They're hurting themselves. And they're doing this by putting unfair and unrealistic expectations on you. Then they get upset and disappointed when you don't live up to those unrealistic expectations. Sometimes you gotta love your family and friends from a distance, just so you can block out the noise and listen to yourself. It doesn't mean you love them any less. It just means you love yourself enough to do what's needed. Put yourself first for once. You deserve that, sis. Ain't no one putting your feelings first. So how about you do it? If they were, then you would be able to live a comfortable life, not being forced to go to a cult that you don't want to. So in order for you to do this, you have to make a plan with baby steps that's going to eventually take you to your goal. And here's the thing, once you start doing what's best for you, you already know the JW parent negativity is gonna come like crazy. It's gonna come at you with a vengeance. It's gonna be like, oh no, Satan possessed them, and you already know. I think that's a really big part of your fear and why you're so afraid. And extreme negativity from your parents play a big role in your life and how you view yourself, but you gotta switch it up on them. The way to cope, the way to get through this is to prepare. Prepare from before. Stay ready so you don't ever have to get ready. We already know what's coming, which is why it's important to act on it before it gets worse. Stay silent, move in silence. Don't tell nobody your plans. If you're planning to move out, if you're planning to go to a higher education, to another college, if you're planning to move to another city, stay silent. Literally do not tell them your plans until like the day before. I know it may sound like, oh, that's so mean, and if you tell them, not only are they not going to approve, but they're gonna hit you with so much negativity that you're gonna go back right to that shell. You're gonna go right back in that shell, and you're gonna be like, oh, maybe they're right, and oh, I shouldn't do this, and oh, I'm being selfish, and they're gonna make you feel selfish, guilty. Don't do it. Stay silent. Move in silence. Your parents don't need to hear your plans. Your parents don't need to see your plans. Your parents don't need to hear your talk. They just need to see results with their own eyes. They need to see results. That's when it will finally click in their head like, oh shit, what the? She done moved out. She went to college. She making 7 figures. She happy. She got a man's. What? They need something to see with their 2 eyes. So don't waste your time and energy talking. Talking is going to do nothing. Pleading with them is going to do nothing. Showing them this is what I want to do. This is why I did it. You're preaching to a choir. It's not going to do anything. It's just going to make things worse. They don't believe in your vision, which is why you need to be the one to believe in yourself, and you need to be the one to believe in your vision. You know the negativity is going to come. So you need to prepare yourself so you're in a good state of mind and you can handle that criticism and you can handle that negativity? Are you gonna prepare, or are you just gonna stay depressed in bed, soaking and crying and complaining all day? I'm not trying to be insensitive to anyone going through this right now, especially if you don't have a fulfilling life because you're depressed due to being a Jehovah's Witness. I'm not trying to be insensitive because I know how it is. But you can't continue to blame others or situations for the predicament that you're in, especially if you're of age to get up and get out and do something. You can't blame nobody but yourself. You have to plan ahead, and trust me, I know how stressful that can be. I know how stressful it is to constantly having to do all the time. You gotta prepare for meetings twice a week. You gotta comment at meetings. You gotta talk to the brothers and sisters. You gotta have your Bible study. You gotta prepare for Bible study. You gotta have a certain amount of return visits. You gotta have a certain amount of magazines placed. You gotta go through the anxiety of commenting. You gotta prepare for like 3 meetings a week. You gotta get up every Saturday morning to go in service for like 5 hours a day. Then the very next day you got meeting. And then that day you got service. Then the very next day you got family worship. Oh God, no. Woo, child.
Ciao.
Sorry, could you say that again?
And Lord help you if you got pioneering. And on top of that, you got school, you got homework, you got tests to prepare for, tests to study for. Maybe you got a job on top of that. And extracurricular activities, practice, whatever it is you do. Plus trying to have a life outside of that, if you even have one. It's like this never-ending loop. Trust me, I know how it goes. And I know how freaking stressful and irritating being a JW teen is. I get it. I was there. I lived through it. Born and raised. Girl, boo, boy, king, queen. I know.
Oh God.
But you've been going through this for years for a reason. It is not in vain. These challenges are preparing you for greatness. You know how this game goes. You know the ropes. You run the streets. You're strong and smart enough to get through this, I'm telling you. Yes, it's going to be a little more difficult than everyone else. And yes, it's going to be challenging now. You're going to have to add on planning to move out, planning to do this, planning to escape, planning to do what it is you want with your life. But it's necessary. What else are you going to do? Complain? No, there's no other option. You're already going through it. Why not suffer trying rather than suffer giving up? Do the hard, uncomfortable work now for a little bit so you can have a life filled with happiness and success and money and love and friends. You want a life of comfort. You want that soft life. You deserve it. Having a plan for how you want things to go is so helpful. I'm sorry, y'all. I know the AC is probably loud, the car is probably loud, but I'm so hot. I'm so sorry.
Woo! I'm dying.
You need to have more intention with your life. You have to live your days with intention. You have to do things with more intent, not just doing things mindlessly. That plays a big part in your success. Don't do things just to seem busy. Do things with intent so you're actually productive. Don't overwork yourself. You're gonna feel burnt out, discouraged, like you didn't get anywhere, and you're gonna wanna give up. We don't give up around here. We may take a pause, we may take a break, but we don't give up. Look into what it is you wanna do to have some drive and motivation. JW-ish can really take your time and energy away from you. It can really take your motivation. So it's important to have something that drives you and moves you. And some people just don't want to do the work, and that is okay. They'd rather stay home with their JW parents because they comfortable, they settling, they want to live with them forever. They want to settle living a life as a JW pleasing others and not being their true self. Some people don't want better for themselves, and that's okay. Some people are comfortable where they're at. They'd like to stay there, but they don't complain about it. They're happy and comfortable, and that's okay. Not everybody wants to evolve into bigger and better. Some people like the idea of just making it by with their parents. Not everybody wants to be the next big thing. Not everybody wants to do the most, especially if you don't have the drive and hustle within you. It's not easy to work for what you want. It's not. And if you don't want to, that's fine. No one's coming for you. No one's hating on you. But it's not okay when you want to complain, but you don't want to do anything to change your situation. No. Complaining without taking the actions to change? Are you for real right now? Everybody has drive and hustle within them. You just gotta wake it up and pull it out from within you. It's just a matter of how important is it to you? Does it really matter to you? Do you want to be that person? Do you want to be somebody? And like I said before, it's okay if you don't want to do anything, but don't be complaining about anything and then you don't want to do anything about it. Find something you're interested that will make you get your ass up out of bed. Even if it's like a hobby like riding, bicycling, cycling, painting, creating music, gardening, singing, rapping, poetry, pottery, video games. Find a real hobby. Find something that brings you joy and makes you want to get up and make your way up from there. Start from there, start small and make your way up. Being in bed, scrolling on social media all day, scrolling on your TikTok, on your IG, on your Snapchat, on your Twitter, on your whatever it may be you scrolling on. Being on social media all day, it's not gonna make you want to get up. Consuming all day is not gonna want to make you get up. Like, that's not going to do anything for you. You're just gonna stay stagnant and more depressed and more sad. You're gonna see more people doing what they want with their life because they decided to, while you sit there and you scroll and do nothing. You have to seriously figure it out. Take your life seriously. Take yourself seriously. Show up for yourself. Start having a plan. It may not be okay now, but it will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Be more strategic and intentional with your life. Don't just go day by day on autopilot, hoping for the best, and then the best don't end up happening. Life is what you make it. You can't just hope and wish and pray everything works out without having the actions to back it up.
Back it up.
If you don't do something to work towards whatever it is you want to do in your life, you will not see results. Faith without work is dead. Why do you think you deserve such and such if you ain't doing nothing? Why do you think you deserve that without putting in the work? What are you doing besides laying in bed and scrolling on social media all day and complaining about how your life is so horrible, how you're forced to do this, how you don't have that, how you don't have this, how you can't go out, how you can't have that experience, how you can't afford that, how you're unhappy and blah, 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 blah. This is a time where you have to take accountability for your life. No, you can't choose your parents. No, you can't choose the religion that you were raised in. No, you can't change your childhood. No, you can't change the way that you were raised and the way that you grew up and the people you were around and the people that are your family and the trauma you went through. No, you can't change that. But how about you stop putting all your energy and focus into things you can't control and can't change, and instead you start focusing on what you can control and what you do have control and power over. You have way more power and control over your life than you think. As a legal adult, you have the power and control to decide what it is you want to do with your life. Now it's your turn to take the actions to create the life that you want. You can't keep blaming people for why you're in the situation that you're in when you literally have the power to change your life. You literally have the control to change where you're at. Stop giving people all the power and control over you. Stop giving people power and control over your life. Start being the one in the driver's seat. You got the keys. You run the streets. You call the shots. You go where you need to go. You decide where you need to go and go there. You giving your family members way too much power and control over you, honey. You give them too much power and control over your life. The more you allow them to run your life, the more drained and hopeless and unhappy and miserable you're going to feel. You will never grow and be happy if you let that continue. I'm not saying you don't need people, especially family, because you do need people, but you want people around you that support you, truly support you. And if the people you're surrounded by don't support your growth, that means they don't support your happiness, period. And if they don't support your happiness, they don't support you. And why do you want to be surrounded by people that don't support who you are and your happiness? Ask yourself why you're in the predicament that you're in. Is it the people you have surrounding you? Bad spending habits, no good discernment, no ambition to change your life, meaningless toxic relationships and friendships and situationships that serve you no purpose, no money coming in because you don't have a job. Ask yourself, why am I in the predicament that I'm in? There's a reason for it and there's something I can change. Sometimes we be our own worst enemy and we be the reason we imprison ourselves. That's why we feel so helpless and stuck and then we wonder why. No, it's not other people's fault. Take accountability for your life. You have to be the one to get yourself back on track. No one else is gonna do it for you. You want big things, you want big results, you gotta do big work. Have a plan and every single day, write each of your tasks down on a sheet of paper. Write it down in your notes on your phone so you can actually see it, you can actually hold it, and your mind is able to see that it's possible and you will change your subconscious mind because you see it's possible. It keeps you productive and motivated because you can check off all your daily accomplishments and see for yourself that you're getting closer and closer to achieving your goals. If you want me to make a video on how exactly to plan out your life, routines and stuff like that, let me know because I got you. What you do today creates a better tomorrow. When you win your days, you win your weeks. When you win your weeks, you win your months. When you win your months, you win your years. When you win your years, you win your life. Stop looking so far ahead into the future. You're so focused on something coming up 5 years from now, 5 months from now, instead of what's going on today, tomorrow, next week. Because when you're not looking so far ahead, it allows you to focus on your present and on what you have going on right now. You want to give your all to today. You want to give your 100% to today. Don't half-ass it because half-ass today, half-ass half-ass tomorrow, half-ass life. Don't do that. Give your 100% all today, tomorrow, the next day, and you're gonna get 100% growth and success. Focus on your present and what you can do right now. Structure your day to make it work for you and not against you. Get a planner, plan out your daily schedule every single day. I know it may seem annoying, but I promise you it makes a huge difference. Implement things into your routines to help you have better days and to stay organized. These things may seem minuscule, but it's not. I promise you, it helps you stay on track. It helps you stay motivated. It helps you celebrate your wins, no matter how small or big. It helps you see how much you're accomplishing. It helps you to be productive with intention, and it helps you see guaranteed results in your life. I promise you.
Guaranteed, guaranteed, guaranteed.
Remember, scared money don't make no money. Lazy money don't make no money. You may say, okay, Jay, I get it, girl. I get it. I've decided I want to move out, but I have no money. I have no place to go. What are my options? What can I do to get out? Stay tuned and check out my next video. I have a list of options for you to do that you probably have never even thought of to help you escape to true freedom and true happiness. If you want me to post that video, you know what you need to do. Drop it down in the comment section below. Don't forget to like if you want to see more videos
Like this?
and subscribe to join the gang. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you guys for taking the time to watch this. I know it was a long video, but I had so much to get off of my chest. I'm hot as hell. I need to turn, oh girl, I'm so hot. But yes, guys, let me know if you have anything you guys want me to talk about in the future, and I got you. Now see you guys in the next one. Bye.